Now not only Hollywood considers Nicolas Cage eccentric. For the sake of a role, he is willing to eat insects, and his personal life could be the subject of a film in the spirit of Indian cinema filled with passions and unexpected twists. His obsession with comics and expensive cars for young city managers serves as an example of how not to manage finances. But the actor does not despair. Negative experiences are the foundation for positivity. Nicholas Kim Coppola was born in 1964 into a family of a dancer and a literature professor. The actor, director, and producer adopted the surname of the comic book hero Cage to distance himself from his famous relatives, Francis Ford Coppola, the author of The Godfather, and his grandfather, composer Carmine Coppola. When the artist was 12 years old, his parents divorced, but it did not spoil the relationship between Nicholas and his older brother Christopher with their father and mother. In his youth, Nicholas was a daredevil and an anarchist, expressing his energy through stunts, and since then, he cannot imagine life without risk. The signs of a creative biography were evident in his participation in school productions and theater courses. At the age of 17, Cage passed his final exams early and then set out to conquer Hollywood. The actor's debut in film came in 1981 when he appeared in the TV series, Best of Times. There were several film roles afterward that didn't bring much fame.
A long time since we've had that kind of trouble. Chicken smoke? Oh, smoked chicken. Bok, bok, bok.
Despite Nicolas Cage's efforts to distance himself from family connections, it was Francis Ford Coppola who played a crucial role in his career, offering him roles in Rumble Fish, The Cotton Club, and Peggy Sue Got Married. Worldwide recognition came to Nicholas after his role in David Lynch's Wild at Heart. The director himself composed the music for the film, and Nicholas sang a song. Laura Dern not only agreed to erotic scenes during filming but also smoked about 4 cigarettes at once, after which she genuinely The 1997 action film Face/Off, depicting the confrontation between a terrorist and an FBI agent played by Cage and John Travolta, is included in the list of the 100 most memorable action films according to Time Out. Originally, the roles of the central characters were considered for Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford and Michael Douglas, Bruce Willis and Alec Baldwin, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal. However, the appointed director and producer, John Woo, ultimately chose Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. They had to spend 2 weeks together to learn each other's gestures and intonations. One of the standout films in the actor's filmography is considered to be Gone in 60 Seconds, 2000. Its budget was $90 million, with $20 million allocated for Cage's salary. The action film far exceeded its costs at the box office, grossing $237.2 million. In preparation for the shoot, the actor attended a stunt driving school and performed most of the driving stunts himself. After completing the project, racing cars became one of his hobbies. The film featured genuinely unique vehicles, including the 1999 OC Augusta Serie Oro motorcycle driven by Angelina Jolie's character, which was part of a limited edition of 300 units. Nicolas Cage received another Oscar nomination for the tragicomedy adaptation, 2002. His co-stars in this film were Meryl Streep and Chris Cooper, who won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. For the role, Cooper grew out his hair, lost weight, and used a prosthetic to create the illusion of a toothless mouth. The film grossed $32.8 million at the box office, surpassing its $19 million budget. The actor does not have a social media account, and fan pages are mostly filled with photos reminding fans of his past projects. The American press notes that Cage has been taking on low-budget projects that may not shine in terms of script quality or star-studded casts. He himself has mentioned that he doesn't want to stick to a boring, monotonous film diet. Nicolas Cage's portrayal of himself in both a young and mature version was a fortunate opportunity in the comedic action film directed by Tom Gormican, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Interestingly, the concept of his character had numerous references to the actor himself, including financial difficulties and the status of a Hollywood star. The scene in the car with Pedro Pascal became the basis for memes, illustrating the collision of common sense with absurdity. An interesting experiment for Cage was his participation in the horror film Willy's Wonderland. His character had very few lines, and Cage suggested to the filmmakers to eliminate them altogether from the script. In interviews, the actor mentioned his curiosity to see if he could convey the character's personality solely through gestures and facial expressions. Nicolas Cage was indeed one of the most sought-after and highly paid actors in Hollywood for many years. However, despite an estimated net worth of $150 million, the actor reportedly faced financial troubles due to extravagant spending on luxurious mansions, yachts, numerous luxury cars, and antiques. Some of his lavish purchases included islands, castles, a private zoo with sharks, cobras, a pet octopus, and a crocodile. Not all of Cage's transactions were legal or financially sound. For example, he had to return a dinosaur skull to the government of Mongolia, and he also parted ways with $300,000 that had been paid for the valuable relic. Cage's financial challenges and legal issues related to his spending habits have been widely reported in the media. The financial crisis in 2008 significantly devalued the real estate that Nicolas Cage had acquired, causing it to lose liquidity. According to media reports, the actor's fortune was reduced to around $20 to $25 million. However, accustomed to a luxurious lifestyle, Cage continued to live lavishly, accumulating debts. The following year, the tax authorities accused the Hollywood star of not paying over $6 million in taxes. His properties were seized, and Cage requested a repayment plan. He began selling yachts, cars, and real estate to address his financial challenges. Banks also filed claims for loans amounting to tens of millions of dollars. The actor faced substantial financial difficulties during this period. The legal troubles for Nicolas Cage extended to a lawsuit filed by Christina Fulton. Cage attempted to evict the mother of his eldest son from a house he had bought for her but had put in his name. He also wanted to sell the property to address his financial debts. Cage was involved in legal battles with his former manager, whom he blamed for his financial troubles. In 2021, Cage faced tax debts exceeding $14 million, leading to the loss of his estate in Las Vegas. These financial and legal challenges have been well documented in the media and contributed to a period of significant turmoil in Nicolas Cage's life. Nicolas Cage, being a tall man at 183 centimeters with a distinctive appearance, has indeed attracted attention throughout his career. His unique features and charismatic presence have contributed to his status as a public figure. Some people even find resemblances between Cage and the shock rocker Marilyn Manson. Cage's first son, Weston Coppola Cage, was born to him and actress Christina Fulton. Weston has pursued a career in music and acting, and his parents' high-profile status has occasionally brought attention to his own endeavors. Nicolas Cage's first official wife was Patricia Arquette. Cage proposed to her just an hour after they met. The couple faced challenges when they couldn't secure tickets to Cuba, where they had planned to have their wedding. At the airport, Cage caused a scene, and taking advantage of the moment, Arquette fled. They crossed paths again in 1995, and although the marriage effectively ended after 9 months, it wasn't until 2000 that Nicolas filed for divorce, only to later withdraw the petition. Eventually, Arquette finalized the divorce papers. The relationship between Nicolas Cage and Patricia Arquette was marked by its ups and downs. His second marriage was to Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of Elvis Presley, after she separated from Michael Jackson. This union lasted for 109 days. Cage's third wife was Alice Kim, a waitress of Korean descent. They got married in 2004, and in 2005, Alice gave birth to their son, whom they named Kal-El, after the comic book superhero. The couple divorced in 2016, citing Kim's infidelity as the reason. In 2019, Cage entered his fourth marriage with Erika Koike. This marriage was notably short-lived, as Cage filed for an annulment just 4 days after tying the knot. The actor claimed that he was intoxicated and lacked understanding of his actions at the time of the decision. Reports revealed that Koike, 32 years younger than Cage, had a history of legal issues, including a conditional sentence for driving under the influence. The annulment process involved financial negotiations, with Koike asserting that the brief marriage had damaged her reputation. The divorce was finalized shortly after. Nicolas Cage's romantic life has been marked by its share of unusual and highly publicized events. On February 16, 2021, at the age of 57, the actor entered into marriage for the fifth time. His chosen one was 26-year-old Riko Shibata, a native of Japan. Cage proposed to his beloved over video call. Currently, the artist resides in Los Angeles with his young wife. In April 2022, Nicolas announced that his wife was pregnant, and the couple was expecting the birth of their daughter. The happy event took place in September. Becoming a father for the third time, Nicolas and his wife named their daughter Lennon Oji. This unique name pays homage to Cage's father and the legendary musician John Lennon. In 2023, Nicolas Cage ventured into new cinematic experiences. For the first time in his extensive filmography, he took on a role in a Western. In the film Echoes of the Past, he played the lead role, with Ryan Kira Armstrong portraying his on-screen daughter and Carrie Knupp as his wife. Film critics had mixed reactions to the release, noting a somewhat predictable plot and raw cinematography. During the same year, a comedy titled Renfield was released in which Nicolas Cage appeared as Count Dracula, with Nicholas Hoult playing his servant. To authentically portray the vampire character, Cage made extreme sacrifices, agreeing to trim his own teeth to replace them with vampire veneers. Additionally, he had to wear multi-layered makeup on his face for over 14 consecutive hours, but this did not seem to cause any discomfort for the actor. Nicolas Cage also starred in the thriller Devil's Showdown, which premiered in the summer of 2023. That's all about Nicolas Cage's fascinating biography. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, see you in the next video.